So this is a lichen of the Oregon coast. I actually collected it within sight of the ocean. It is a little bit unusual in that all these lobes here are hollow, and that gets you to hypogymnia pretty quick. So not all hypogymnias are hollow necessarily, but most of the ones are. So, and what I'm using to identify it is macrolichens of the Pacific Northwest. So, and this is a good one. So this does not include crustose. Crustose are things like that. So you can't separate the lichen from the rock or surface that it's on. That can be found in bark. Those can be found in bark as well. Sometimes other plants. There's one that grows on palm tree leaves. So anyway, for identification, let's see. So Soredia present versus Soredia lacking. And I'm not seeing any Soredia, so Soredia would be fragmentation of the thallus. And let's see. There's some right there, perhaps. So that's a pollution damaged lichen, so they tend to have a lot of serradiation. So medulla P plus R. So a positive reaction to this phenoldiamine or something like that. It's a chemical, which I don't have. The positive reaction would be red. That's what that means. So we are down the rabbit hole of lichen identification. So lobes distinctly trailing or pendulous from the substrate, or lobes erect, oppressed to the substrate. And you can see it's pretty much not oppressed or trailing. So lobes 3 to 5 millimeter or less thin. And I'm going to say there's definitely a mix of things going on. I can't see anything above 4 on the biggest lobes. Not that doesn't mean there's could be another lichen in there. A lot of the smaller ones are quite small. So I don't, it's not cheating to go back and say, let's see, endomorpha, not very branchy. So thallus erects to suberects, lobes often spreading from one another, bearing narrow perpendicular side lobes growing near the coast versus oppressed to the substrate. Lobes continuous, widespread. So I do have this one in the collection, and I do have this one. So this one looks, I mean, phoioides means that it looks like another lichen. So is what the author was saying. Heterophylla means diversity of, diversity of leaves, in this case, diversity of thallus lobes, and it definitely has that. And so do a little looking. That's that. That's a particularly nice one. So let's say slim perpendicular side lobes is the field characteristic. And would it be nice to have that chemical? But what can you do? So, some examples.